welcome. So as I've been home, it is now summer. I have a lot of free time on my hands, which means that I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I go down a lot of rabbit holes, and the next thing I know it's like 2 a.m. and I'm watching a video on how to construct a pulley system, and I'm like, how did I get here? One of the things that I've been watching a lot of is plant videos. I've been getting really into watching people's garden tours, their house plants, showing off how to propagate things, taking care of their plants, stuff like that. A big channel that I've been watching recently, his name is Benji Plant, I believe is the channel handle. He has like hundreds of plants, and I'm like, please, like that's all that I want in life. So I just kind of want to go through and do a little plant/garden tour. My garden is very limited. I have to use pots because we don't have like an actual garden. But I still have had a lot of success in the past, so I would like to show it off. So up first we have this nice little Dracaena. I've had this guy for, oh lord, almost a full year now, and he's doing really good. I haven't taken him out of his like actual pot. Like this was his starter pot, and oh, whoopsie. Let me just pulling him out. And from what I know, these guys like to be root bound, so I haven't really done anything with him. I've just kind of kept him where he is, and he's doing great. He pushes out a lot of leaves from the center. He definitely wasn't this bushy when I got him, but he's doing fantastic, and he is just a nice little green guy to look at. Up next we have my gorgeous, my pride, my joy, my amazing rubber plant right here, who is a little dusty, I must say. So this guy I got actually the same time that I got this guy, and he was probably about half the size when I got him, but now he has just blown up. He is ginormous. I will not be surprised if he someday reaches the ceiling. I really just want like a big ginormous tree in my house. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get a rubber plant, and this guy is fantastic. I love him so much. He's actually gotten to the point where I've had to kind of tie his branches together so that they don't get too top heavy and break, because they were like spewing out like every which way. And so I just got some rope and tied them together, and as you can see, well, that's my little bottle that I used to water them, but as you can see, it's like starting to get harder trunks here at the bottom. So eventually, once it has grown a stronger base, I'll probably let that go. But as of now, he's doing great. He's fantastic, pushing up some new leaves up here. These are all some new ones that have popped out probably within the last month or so. And he's doing fantastic. He's amazing. I love him so much. Here's where we get to some of the sad things. So down here we have a lemon drop fern that I actually got at the Buffalo Botanical Gardens when I was on spring break. He's actually doing very good. I had to trim a lot of the dead, I guess they're branches off of him. But he seems to be thriving with all the good ones left. And then we come up here and see my sad little heartleaf fern that is just not doing good. So, funny story, I did leave most of my plants at home when I went to school, just because it was really hectic to travel them back and forth. Especially this guy. Traveling him and transporting him was just not attainable. So I decided to leave them home. And my mom is not very good at taking care of plants, so she has just about killed this guy. This guy I was able to revive, and I had this humidifier going for a while. Now it's getting pretty humid on its own, so I don't need it, but I just don't think that anything is going to save this little guy. So I'm trying hard. We'll see. But he's not pushing out any new leaves, so I think we might have to give him a funeral here soon. But this guy's doing great. He's fantastic. This is another little sad one right here. I got him, oh, I don't even remember when I got it. It was a while ago, and I think this guy was just doomed from the start. Actually, I have another one of these outside, and I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but it gets these little pink spots on their leaves. But the original growth kind of died off, and then it started sprouting up all this new growth, and then now that's dying off, so I might end up having to throw them away, but that's okay. I mean, I'm trial and error with plants. You know, it's insane that this is dying and that's dying, but then this guy's doing insanely good, so I don't understand. I think it's just kind of roulette to see what sticks and what doesn't. And right next to it over here is the only succulent that I have. I kill succulents. I don't understand. I think I just need things to take care of because like with succulents, you give them water like maybe every couple months and they're like totally fine and they'll just hang out and grow larger. But I've always overwatered. There's a bee outside. I've always overwatered my succulents and then they get like their leaves just get really rotten. There he goes. Their leaves end up getting really rotten because I overwater them and like just so waterlogged. And this guy is actually, it looks like there's a couple leaves that are dying off, but that's okay. I'll trim those off later. But he's actually doing really good. This was the one plant that I left at school and I left him hanging in my bathroom. So like during showers and stuff, he would get some really good humidity and he actually did great and he's doing perfectly fine and he's growing tall and good. And you know, I'll just kind of leave him be for now, I guess. This, by far, is the longest lasting plant that I have had. This is my marbled pothos, and she is one of the only plants that I've given a name to because I had a palm tree that I got from, well, first mistake. I got it from Walmart a while ago, and he ended up getting spider mites, and I did all I could, but he ended up passing, and that was the last one that I named. So I figured that it might be bad luck to name them, so this was the first one that I had though. I have had this plant since I was probably about 6 years old. I'm now 21 for reference. But this guy is fantastic. Like, this is all new growth from probably about the last couple weeks. She's fantastic. She grows so long and large. I actually had her vines growing the entire way across my wall right there. But eventually I had to cut them off because it was just too much for the plant to sustain itself. But like, she's fantastic, and I actually have some other leaves propagating up there in that jar. So I would like to make some more little mini pothos plants. I think that'd be really fun. I just want my life to be covered in vines, apparently. Up here. Oh, he's pushing out a new leaf. Look at him go. I named this one too, and I completely forget the name. I feel horrible, but it's okay. I've also had this for a very long time. I probably had this for about 10, maybe 8-ish years. And he pushes out a leaf maybe like every 2 years, but he's doing great. He's thriving. He's fantastic. He's been doing great hanging. This was just a new adjustment. I've had him up here for maybe about a year now. And he really likes it, and he gets a lot of indirect light from the window over here. So yeah, I forget the name of this plant, but doing great. All right, now we're venturing outside. Let's see if it's raining or not. I might have chosen a bad day to do this. Oh no, it's dry. Fantastic. So down here, I have a type of tomato plant. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, this is the orange cherry tomatoes. Found this at a greenhouse. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I have never grown cherry tomatoes before. I've always just grown like full-length tomatoes, but I don't know. We'll see how these guys turn out. Right next to him, we have kale sprouts that are actually doing very, very well. I'm gonna have to get some cages for these guys so that they don't get eaten alive by insects, but other than that, doing fantastic. This is my mother's only plant. That's her hens and chicks. We can't really plant it in the ground just because of where we live, but these guys are fantastic. I mean, they spread very easily and they're annuals, so they die throughout the winter and then they come back and they're amazing. So these guys are pretty durable. I don't think we're ever gonna get rid of those. Quick side note, but we do have our orchids sprouting in our actual garden bed right here. These guys normally sprout around this time. Actually, if anything, I think they're a little bit early, but we have 3 so far. And they're gorgeous, and their petals are so soft. Like, I was just outside touching them this morning, and they're fantastic. And the bees love them as well. We get a lot of bees around here. Over there, literally in the center of the garden, on a little stand, I have dill growing, because if we turn around here, I have cucumbers, and I would like to start pickling. So that's a really big goal of mine, and we'll see how well that turns out. Another cherry tomato plant. This guy's just normal, I think. There's my thyme bush that has literally withstood 2 winters and still continues to grow fantastic. He also has some little flowers sprouting in the center, which I think is really cute. This is a type of flower. I don't really remember what kind. I literally just went to the store and was like, This looks interesting. I actually have a couple flowers planted. I have one here, and then there is a few sprouts in there, but that plant keeps getting insanely waterlogged. So I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I mean, we'll see. But yeah, there's those, and then lavender that I don't really know if it's gonna make it. I have not seen any sprouts. I've kept it watered. I've kept it in the... Oh my god, wait! There is one! Oh my god, okay, cool. So this wasn't a complete disaster after all, because I was really excited to have the lavender and to be able to harvest it and, you know, make things with it. So cool. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, yay. Coming over here, we have another herb bush. I believe that I have basil and basil and sage are growing in here. These guys are starting to sprout. I believe this is the sage. Looks a lot like it. I don't really know where the basil is, which is kind of upsetting because basil is like one of my favorite herbs, but that's okay. This is a new one that I'm trying. I am growing sugar snap peas. Sugar snap peas are one of my favorite vegetables, so I'm really excited to see how these guys go. They have literally blown up within the past couple days. It's been really humid and not really sunny per se, but it's been like the sun's been peeking through the clouds a little bit, so literally since last week they have just absolutely burst open. So I think these guys are gonna do good. I'm gonna have to make sure that bugs don't eat these as well, but we'll see. Then over here we have my little petunias that I planted with, of course, 3 little guys just hanging out in the little garden bed. These I got from Walmart. Oh, actually, looks like there's a few more that are sprouting, which is fantastic. Very excited. I got these from Walmart. You know, I said that I killed a plant from Walmart earlier, but I mean, garden plants are much more different than house plants. So yeah, I just have a couple variety colors of petunias in there. So again, we'll see what blooms and what doesn't. And to the left, this is technically not mine. This is my neighbor's, but this gorgeous azalea bush. Oh my god, this is always one of my favorite parts of summer, is seeing these guys pop open. Like, look at how gorgeous their flowers are. And also the bees love this as well. It's really nice to have all these flowers out here that the bees come towards, because I just sit outside in the morning with my coffee and see them, and oh, it's just so nice. It's so fun. So like I said, on the inside, I had this growing in that little cup on my windowsill. This is the same type of plant, I believe. This actually I'm keeping outside to see how it does. And it seems to be doing really good so far. It's getting a lot of great sunlight. It's keeping those leaves pink. I have forgotten to water it a few times just because it's not on the ground like my other plants, but you know, he's doing great. He's revived. He's having a great time. And that's kind of it. That is all the plants that I am growing / currently have. Knowing me, I always buy new plants anyways, so maybe an updated plant tour in the future. But that's it. That's all I've got, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a good one.